in preparation to coming to that PLT, and the sorts of things they need to bring. Certainly the material that's been provided by Melbourne Uni has been good, probably as a starting point for discussion. So, sometimes I guess if there was a lag between when testing was done and when material came back, it's possibly, kids have moved on, but certainly in terms of being able to see groups within the room and making it less distressing about thinking about individualised instructions, because you are, you've got 3 kids and someone else has got 4 similar. So that side of it's been great. So having that structure of being able to talk about that has been really useful, I think, as a starting point. Probably the other thing that's been good is we had existing PLTs at the school anyway, so setting it up within the structure of the school wasn't an issue. We already had people going to PLTs, they were already going, knowing that the sole purpose of those was to talk about curriculum, to talk about kids, to talk about student learning. So that part of it, I guess, was easy for us. Probably the other nice thing about it was because those PLTs were established, all the protocols as far as how those PLTs worked were there. So people were comfortable talking about their own kids, about how they were performing, and knew that it wasn't being done in a judgmental environment. So the other teachers that were there to support them. It was that idea of 4 heads better than one. So that stuff was really useful too. And lost my train of thought there, that's all right. And I think the other thing that was nice too was that, as I said, the data that came from Melbourne Uni was good as a starting point. We now found that people were able to that idea about what teachers that see the kids were doing and what the kids were producing and what they were coming with other evidence. So it was they could say, well, okay, here's the rock report or here's the class report or however we started the discussion. And it was quite okay to say, well, on that particular piece of data, I don't agree with that because, here's a test that we did last week, here's something that they did, that came that's within their file from last year. So, and I think having those discussions, it was then okay to say, all right, well, that's probably not a plan we need to work on for that kid because you've shown that they're in a different area and we can move them somewhere else. So it's just been, I think, good to have that structure. The way in which people are treating each other, is always thoroughly professional, and the discussion is about the learning, and the discussion is not about pointing the finger at what you're doing and what who's not doing the right thing. It's about how do we get the best outcomes for the kids that we've got.
Thanks, Douglas.
Right, does anybody have any feedback or comments on that?
I've just got a query about the timing, April and October. I just, as a classroom teacher, would imagine that it would be much more beneficial to be February, March, and then at the end of August to inform the next few months, whereas October and as far as driving and teaching just seems quite late.
I think if you have an understanding that the work that we're doing with Patrick Griffin is really all about changing that culture in your school of having every teacher understanding that it doesn't matter what assessing you're doing, that the assessing is to be used to inform your teaching. So the reason why it's April and October, it may be March because we've got Zone 1, Zone 2 and Zone 3, it's really just to give you data. It's really to get you here, to work, to get you role playing, getting you involved in workshops, so that you can take back to your teachers, to your staff, that understanding of how we use the data. So yes, twofold, it will help to support your practice, and I understand what you're saying in terms of timing, but the main premise is that it's going to be used to support you to embed a culture of analysing data to inform your teaching practice. Okay, is that clear?
Well, yes and no. So
Yes
down
and no.
the track, what's the plan with them? Does it still stay in that time frame?
Not necessarily, not
Once
necessarily.
we've been through this process of, as you say,
You
analysing and using it, it will be maybe more at school discretion, or I'm just curious of the...
At the moment, we're using it in those times because we need to be able to get every one of our schools. We give you a 2-week window, so it'll be sometime in 2-week window where you will have all your grade 3s to grade 6s undergoing the tests, and there's numeracy tests and reading tests. That data will be collated with Patrick's team at the University of Melbourne, and they will develop class reports and rocket reports, and then we will call you back in here and we will distribute those reports to you, and then we'll be using those reports and that data to support our practices back in our schools, our structured practices back in our schools. Does that help?
Am I gleaning that from your question that you are interested in an on-demand type approach?
About after, what happens next, I suppose.
You're not going to be using Patrick Griffin's work, or we're
It's
not going to be.
point in time.
Yeah, it's next year. Then the following year there'll be a different level of work. So it's how we get you started and we build on that.
Yeah.
Okay, Sue.
I just have a request. It's been part of our said last year. Since the Peter 2 assessments come in,
Yes.
and we know those dates are locked in, and it's gone to a month this year, possibly back to 2 weeks. Is there any chance that we do not, or is there any chance with Patrick Griffin, that those 2 weeks don't coincide with a Peter 2 weeks? Because we now know these dates are set, and having discussions with the schools that have had to do both, it has caused problems with just staffing and getting it through. So we have, I guess, the possibility for 2010, either the Peter 2 has to change, or, and I don't think it's going to nationally, so perhaps it's possible that Patrick could change his 2 weeks so it does not coincide.
Yeah, absolutely, Sue. Not a problem. We'll work on that. We'll ensure that.
Take your point. And we really, but just to take up, we really don't know with the English Online interview next year. Will they revert back to 2 weeks? Will they make it 3 weeks? Will they make it 4 weeks? Will they shift it? We actually don't know. But your point is taken about how this year the two... Pardon?
Neither do they.
Well, we won't go there. You can see, but we take your point. Yes, Kate, sorry.
And in schools that have got coaches,
Yes.
the on-demand testing is a part of our
Yes,
accountability.
that's right.
And we have dates that they have, so there needs to be some alignment.
Try and align them all. We don't rule the world, but Peter's an important person. He'll be able to take that strong message back from an R&L perspective. Getting back to, I hope that you can start to see, really it's a pattern, something like action research. There's your research, your professional learning, the action and the application of it, then the coming back, and theory linked to practice. The other thing that you will be getting supporting, don't forget you'll have Patrick's support, but you will also be coming regularly and hearing John Munro take you through a lot of research and work around the high reliabilities. Plus, we will work together and do some work around comprehension and what are key elements. So at the same time, you're always getting professional learning that's building you up to be able to take things back to your school situation. And I hope you can start to see that the increased focus is really on instruction, and that as Douglas said there, the fact that there is a structure means that suddenly every staff member in a team is contributing and it is impacting on the work they actually do in the classroom. And in a sense, there's no way out of it. And it does build over time, but that's been a gap for many of us in many schools, and it's been a battle for many of us in many schools, that some teachers are doing a great job, but there's not consistency of practice or consistency of application across all grades in a school.